Talking about celebrations, we're talking about all things Fashion Week. We are celebrating fashion in the city. Derek Dotto, you're not only working on our show as a SEG producer, but you're also serving as our fashion correspondent in the evening. Are you tired yet?
Exhausted.
Yeah, right?
But it's an exciting morning.
It is.
We're talking fashion.
Before we get into the fashions from yesterday, or last night rather, we have to talk about Oscar de la Renta, such a huge fashion icon.
Huge loss to the community and to just the world of art and fashion in general. He definitely carved a path for so many young designers, and you know, no other designer really epitomized elegance and grace and glamour like Oscar.
I have to say, I had the pleasure of meeting him. I think it was 2010 with Suzanne Rogers Presents, our special series on Oscar de la Renta. He was such a generous and giving man. He lent me a gown to wear, you know, as part of the hosting duties that night, and I never felt more magical and empowered and feminine. He really designed for a woman's body.
Absolutely.
And it was just an honor to meet him and see what a true handsome gentleman he was, on top of being this incredible icon who's dressed A-listers throughout the world over the decades. There's some of the footage from that magical evening we spent, and he had such a big heart, always gave back to charities. That evening was for children's charities at Sick Kids. He will be very much missed in the fashion industry, but his legacy will go on for sure, and all of the amazing couture.
Very much so, and also just really about fostering young talent and passing the torch. And that's actually one of the themes of one of the shows that happened last night at World MasterCard Fashion Week.
There was Macaj, there was Pink Tartan.
Absolutely, and one of the most exciting shows, Mercedes-Benz Startup. So the winner of that was actually Sid Nigam. Now he's actually shown at Fashion Week before. This is actually a competition. So there were 6 different designers, and this was Sid's show. So he showed just a handful of pieces.
Very
and
futuristic.
You saw in that first look there, that's modular origami.
Oh,
and he actually had to teach himself how to do that. It took him several days just to sew those pieces together, that one shawl.
I love the simplicity, and yet it's so fashion forward in its cut. You can see women actually, you can see them wearing things like this.
You see the work that goes into that? That took him several days.
Stunning collection. Black and white is huge, I noticed, for spring.
Absolutely huge. And actually on that, black and white was a huge theme for Pink Tartan. So, you know, Kim Newport-Minran, obviously one of the, she hits it out of the park every time. She was all about the 70s this season. So she did a little bit of fringe, some head-to-toe prints as well. You know, couldn't you just see Charlie's Angels in this?
Absolutely.
It's like Charlie's Angels for the 21st century.
Yeah, exactly. 2014 reboot. That's gorgeous. So she did inject some color, as she usually does, right?
She did, yeah. Actually, she did some really great head-to-toe prints that really sparked the inspiration for this season, and really just all around a great collection.
Elegance.
Full fringe, head to toe.
Oh my gosh, I love the movement on that. Work that fringe. Well done, Kim.
And of course, on the same night, Kim's husband, Joe Newport-Minran,
Joe Fresh.
He didn't do a show though. Disappointed everyone. No show. But he's really taking on this role as the patriarch of Canadian fashion. And so what he did, he threw this wicked party, which had live bands and a little bit of a surprise. Solange Knowles showed up as the guest DJ. Absolutely. Blew everyone away. And now what he actually did last night as well, very cool, obviously again in that kind of patriarch vein, he announced the Joe Fresh Fund. And so what that is going to do, that is actually going to foster young talent. There's going to be a substantial amount of money, he wouldn't tell me how much, put into it. And, you know, he's also going to lend his talents and his time to mentor these young designers.
Question, did you actually get a clip? Did she speak to anybody, Solange?
She did not.
Okay, I'm not surprised following all things elevator, that incident, she didn't want to lead into that.
No, she's been pretty quiet since. She's just singing and spinning.
Doing her thing as a DJ. Was she a good DJ?
Amazing.
Okay.
I didn't get to stay late though. I had to be here.
I know. BT kind of doesn't work with the whole social calendar. But we'll be following your every move. You'll be back on the 5 and 6 o'clock tonight, all week long, at Derek Dotto on Twitter. Or do you still have that other Twitter account, at the Gin Stylist?
No.
Oh, okay, at Derek Dotto on Twitter.
At Derek Dotto. I can only maintain one at a time.
Too much work. I mean, the poor guy. We'll be back with more BT right after this great stuff. Thanks, Derek.
Deeper, I was a nice like a deadline.